If you guys have been looking at 55 plus homes, you may have run across some listings like this. And they're not cheap solely based on the fact that they're manufactured homes, because there's plenty of similar homes in terms of specs that are twice the price. So the big difference is, one, you own the land, and the other, you lease the land. So in this video, I really wanted to find out if one was actually cheaper than the other one. And to be honest, I thought it was going to be a really easy answer. I thought the lot leased homes were going to cost less monthly, but then when you go to sell, you'll recoup more on the home that you own the land. And that's where the financial break even or, net positive point will happen. What I ended up finding out actually really surprised me and was not at all what I expected. So in this video, we're going to walk through two homes, one where you own the land, one where you're leasing the lot. And then at the end of the video, we'll break down the financials and see if one's actually cheaper than the other. So we're here with April. How are you doing? And I'll put your information on the screen. So if anyone wants to reach out.
This is Emerald Lakes.
Emerald Lakes.
It's a 55 and over community. It's on the water. And this is not lot lease. It is a condo type, fractional ownership in the land.
Yeah, you mentioned that. So co-op, and how exactly does that work? I mean,
you do pay a monthly fee, a monthly HOA fee, but you own your portion of the land.
What would be like the difference between, for example, buying a house that's not on a co-op, but you own the land, and then having a co-op? Is it just like technically the way it's written is different?
I think it's just a legal, the legalese of it all.
So instead of selling your lot, you're just selling your portion that you own of the land.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Your fractional ownership of your space. That's it.
So I wanted to walk through this house too, because, it's listed for what, $330.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems kind of high for a manufactured home.
Sure.
But it's on the water.
Correct.
On the Clermont Chain of Lakes.
Yes.
And at this price point, like, you'll never get on this chain of lakes anywhere close to this.
Right. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Okay.
But this one is probably my favorite of all times because of the way it's decorated. So even though it's aged, it has been loved and redone. So I can't wait to show you.
Cool. And you got your carport, and then is this just storage here?
That's, yes. And normally you would have laundry in there. She'd moved hers inside.
No, huge.
But she has the electrical set up for like an ice machine and things like that because she had a snow cone company.
Okay, cool.
She's a good time gal. She redid everything. So like this is move-in ready. It's what you see in the magazines and the books and all of the things. And everybody always wants this farmhouse style, but it's a little deceiving when you come in from outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice surprise.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's got kind of like some coastal feel to it too. And then the view out the kitchen. And they're selling the house with that boat.
Yes, it comes with the boat.
Okay. So we'll check that out at the end.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice sized living room with the dining. And that's got a beautiful view. That's super nice. How many homes are in this community? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't. I think
they're kind of smaller, maybe 200.
I was going to say, I think there might be 200 homes.
Okay.
That the other side is different from this side. They are lot lease. Okay. So their fees are a lot more per month than this side.
Do you know the fees over there?
I think it's 700 or 800, could be 900.
But the HOA in here is how much?
$330.
What does that include? That includes your...
Look to be sure. $305. I was wrong. The HOA is $305 a month. It covers your water, your garbage, your lawn service, your internet, and your cable.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd be paying those things anyway.
Okay. So you just have to pay your electric bill.
Right.
Cool. Let's peek outside here. I'm again, very biased, huge fan of this lakes.
Sure.
So you can get to 3 major lakes.
I think it's 11 or 12 lakes that
total?
It connects to. Yep.
The big ones are Mineola, Minnehaha, and Louisa.
Yes.
So you could go on Mineola, you can get to downtown Clermont.
Right.
So you could take your boat to the walking path, which we've talked about like a million times on this channel. But if you don't know it, like restaurants, breweries, all sorts of stuff like that.
Everything's within walking distance once you get down there.
Louisa, on the south side, you've got the
That is the farthest lake.
What's that?
That is the farthest lake.
Farthest lake.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a big state park.
Yes, like Louisa State Park. It's beautiful.
So you can take your boat there and go.
Yeah, they've got a nice little beach area. You can camp there.
And this is going with the house. So what is this?
Yeah, it is a 2023. It is 16 feet. It is a Tahoe. It is less than 40 hours. Fresh water only. Custom cover. Comes with life jackets. New tube still in the box. And a tow rope. And the trailer.
Cool. Okay. So this passes through to the storage.
Right. If that door's not open, I can...
It is open. Cool. Oh, this is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. And do people have golf carts in here, or is it?
I guess you could, yeah, because you can ride over the bridge to get to the other side where the
So you
community pool
you can
is
take a
and
golf
the
cart on
community
it.
center. Yeah, the place is really cool, and you're in a great location because downtown Clermont's literally across the highway.
Yeah.
All the lakes that you have for your outdoor activities. I don't know where else you could be like retired and live on water for this amount of money.
So we are with Rachel,
Yes.
and she's going to show us around a home that's listed in
Woodlands at Church Lake in
Woodlands.
Groveland.
Okay. And this is kind of a really cool community. I got some shots of the, so I'll throw those up, the amenities.
Awesome.
And we've got a cool property on the water here.
Yes,
right?
It's on Church Lake.
Now, what is this guy listed for in the first place?
This one's listed at $225.
$225.
Yes.
Okay. And this will be kind of fun. So we'll walk through this, and then also get an opportunity to talk to you a little bit about how the land lease.
You got
works.
it. Yeah, the monthly lot rent
in general.
Yes. And this one's got a nice little garage storage unit, so you can put a golf cart in there if you want.
And then like a cool pass through to the which will go out there.
So when you walk in, you've got this panoramic view of Church Lake, which is absolutely amazing.
Cool.
This home, it's got quartz countertops, induction cooktop.
Yeah, that's nice.
Stainless steel appliances.
Well, this feels super high end. So did the homeowner do all this?
Yes. Yeah, they've redone everything.
When I was doing math, seemed like it was hard to make sense of the lot lease. The one thing that I completely missed was property taxes.
Yes, exactly.
So on this, you don't have to pay property taxes.
No, you don't pay property taxes. There is, I believe it's a pass-through tax. I believe it's emergency services. I'm not exactly sure. I don't work for the community, so you would have to check with them. But it's a pass-through tax around $325, $350. You pay twice a year, once in January and once in June.
Okay.
So outside of that, you don't pay property taxes, which property taxes now $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a year, depending on where you are. Yes, exactly. And it also includes your water, sewer, and trash, the monthly lot rent, and the community amenities. So I don't know if you checked out the community yet.
Yeah, we got to see it. Yeah, it's really nice.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, and again, most of the people watching are looking at 55 plus communities, so they're definitely not like foreign to paying an HOA fee.
Right.
That covers a lot of that stuff.
Right. And that includes an HOA fee. There's no additional fee on top of that.
So that's included in your lot lease.
Yeah.
And is that pretty typical for communities that are lot lease? Like the lot lease is wrapped up in everything.
I believe so. Okay. Yeah, exactly. And I will say home insurance on these is pretty reasonable as well. Okay. For the buyers in this community, I've heard quotes in a little over $1,300 to $1,800.
Okay.
So to me, that seems pretty reasonable compared to a regular home that can be $2,400 and up.
Yeah. And is that just because you're basically
insuring the home,
not the land? Okay. So you're saving some money in a couple different places that I didn't really think about.
Yeah.
Have you done the math? Like, does it end up pretty much being similar in terms of like, if I took a loan out to get this versus, if I bought something with the land, got a loan out, the whole thing, does it end up being, it seems like it's going to come close to breaking even, how much it would cost me month to month?
I would say it's either similar or under.
A little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the appeal to this in the first place.
Exactly.
Okay, so in terms of the way this financially breaks down, I came into this really thinking that I would find a scenario where it maybe financially made sense to lease a lot. And I think across the board, it doesn't. So with a normal home, with a home that you own the land, the one big thing that you pay for that you don't have to pay for on a lot lease is property taxes, which can totally add up. Whether you're paying cash or if you're taking a mortgage out, the monthly fees ended up being eerily similar, if not a little bit more expensive for the lot lease. And again, this is sort of case by case because you can absolutely find scenarios or communities with a lot cheaper lot lease than others. But almost every single time, it ended up costing the same monthly. So if you're trying to justify buying a cheaper home because maybe you don't have a ton of cash up front, but you want no mortgage and you'd like lower monthly payments, the reality was if you took that same amount of money, like let's say $75,000 cash to buy a manufactured home on a lot lease, and you put that as a down payment towards a mortgage on a $200,000 home where you own the land, your monthly fees on the mortgage on the owned land without the lot lease ended up being sometimes a lot cheaper than the lot lease. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good comparison to give you guys a good idea. So This home right here, 79,900. It's 2 bedroom, 2 baths, 960 square feet. This is in Woodlands at Church Lake, that second community we walked through. So it's on a leased lot. And then to compare, we've got a home in Plantations, which is literally just up the road. I mean, like maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. For $185,000, 2 bedroom, 2 bath at 1,040 square feet. So the HOA in Plantations is $165. And this house, I think, looks a little bit nicer. The other thing on this plan, again, this is why this isn't apples to apples. The other thing is this plantation home overlooks a preserve or a lake. And then Plantation has multiple golf courses and things like that, a restaurant on property. Where the Woodlands at Church Lake, this is an interior lot. So it's not necessarily apples to apples. And again, the community is a lot smaller. It doesn't have like the golf course and things like that. It did have really nice amenities nonetheless. So if we compare those two, and we have two different scenarios. If you mortgage the entire thing on both scenarios, if you don't want to put any money down, for home one, $185,000. Now, in this scenario, I'm not including all the other stuff that you would have to pay either way, like your utilities and things like that. In both HOAs, the lot lease and the HOA in this one pretty much include the exact same stuff. You're still taking care of your own lawn, certain things like that. But so for the home price, $185,000, no lot lease, your HOA is $165 per month. Property taxes, which you don't have to pay on the lot lease, $1,239. And then insurance, $1,800 per year, which is going to be a little bit higher than the lot lease. If you mortgage the entire thing, you're looking at $1,600 per month, give or take. Home two, $79,900. If you mortgage that entire thing, $850 a month for the lot lease, $1,300 a year for insurance. You don't have to pay an HOA. You don't have to pay property taxes. You end up paying $1,469 per month. So about $130 difference, which is not necessarily chump change, but when you look at the difference in square footage at 100 more square feet in Plantations, I think if it was a perfect apples to apples, that price per month comes so much closer. And I looked at this at multiple different examples, and even like if you bought the house for $79,000 cash, or you put that $79,000 towards your mortgage on that first home, the $180,000 home where you own the land, your monthly fees end up coming to about the same. And then if you extrapolate that over time, the only difference becomes you get so much more out of the home that you own the land in, opposed to the manufactured home where you're leasing the lot. So I think this can make sense. I don't think it can make sense from a financial lens or from that perspective, but I think from a lifestyle perspective, it absolutely could if it's the right home, the right community that you think fits you. And I'll give you one specific example of a community. It's called Hyde Park. It's downtown Winter Garden, and it's a lot lease community. The lot leases are pretty expensive, like $1,200, but there's homes in there for $70,000, give or take. And you have golf cart access to Winter Garden, which is like, from a lifestyle perspective, just such a cool amenity to have. If you're not familiar with Winter Garden, it's a really cool, vibrant downtown area, cool little pocket where everyone's on golf carts, and you have access to the trail, the coast to coast trail, and just all sorts of stuff. So I could see, like, in a scenario like that, it making sense to go ahead and pull the trigger on something if the lifestyle seems like it really fits. The other thing is, I know this can be a very daunting task. It can either be a lot of fun to go through this and search for a home and find the right community, or it can be overwhelming. And I think the biggest piece that helps with that is finding the right agent that knows their niche very well. So if you want to get connected with our team who specialize in 55 plus communities, you can visit our website. You can call us, email us, text us. I'll put all that information on the screen. Hopefully I left you there with some good information and I didn't just leave you more confused than you started the video with. So anyways, appreciate you guys. I will see you soon.